man the king because they couldn't make rock and roll. So they have to stamp the king on a man whose main song was stolen from an overweight black woman.
So we got to talk about this fight between Maury Povich and Joy Reid. Now, I'm pretty sure most of you guys are familiar with Maury, the guy that's like, you're not the father, right? That show, okay, Maury. Anyways, Joy Reid is going to indulge in her Blue Anon conspiracy theories on his podcast, and you can tell that Maury is just not feeling the far left Blue Anon nonsense coming from Joy Reid. And I want to react to it because I found this clip to be funny, how Joy Reid laid out her conspiracies here, her theories, and Maury's just like, nah, I don't believe that, right? I think you're wrong, right? I think you're off right on this. So I want to react to it because I think it really shows you how out of touch Joy Reid is with the average person, right, in this country. She's a far-left lunatic. But, hey, these are the type of people that Democrats appeal to. I personally don't know where Maury's politics are. He claimed in his interview that he's voted for Democrats and Republicans, but I don't really know what that means, right? Regardless, I don't think it really matters. I think that ultimately Maury here is, at the very least, showing he's not as radical as Joy Reid. So I'm going to do, let's get into it.
Why would you say that women here are like the women in Iran?
This is why I say that. Because
is that clickbait stuff?
No.
Yes, it is clickbait, right? That's 100% what it is. And the fact that Joy Reid is claiming no, it's not clickbait, that she really believes that, again, shows you how out of touch with reality she is, okay? Because if she actually feels as if women here in America are treated the same way that women are treated in Iran, why is she here? Right? I mean, seriously, why are you here? Clearly, that's not the case. Clearly, Joy Reid is living her best life, a life that would not be possible in Iran. And for her to say that, again, it just shows you how delusional she is. Not surprised that Maury asked her this question. Why would you say it? Do you really believe that? Is that clickbait? Right? As in, like, that's a ridiculous comment. Why would you say it?
And I really meant it. I genuinely did.
Yeah.
And this is why.
That's the problem.
Because when I look at Project 2025, which my team and I read, we took that giant 2-volume 900-page and we broke it down. We gave each producer, when I was at MSNBC, and we were like, we're going to report on this. We're going to read it. What I read in Project 2025 is a recipe for creating an American Iran. What is Iran? It is an Islamic republic. It is a religious republic.
So you think
run by a religious edict.
These people who believe that white Christians have become a minority, and so therefore we have to retake the country. You really believe that?
I do, and I think I've read enough of what these Christian nationalists, these white Christian nationalists say, and I've worked enough with Robert Jones at Public Religion Research Institute, who studies this for a living. This minority, they are a minority of even Christians. They believe that this country should be run as a theocracy, which is what Iran is. They believe, just like the mullahs in Iran, that women should be only giving birth, being mothers, they should be home. But even in Iran, they actually believe more in having women go to university. They're like, get women out of the universities, get women out of the sciences, get women out of the military.
But is that any different than when all the Irish and all the Italians and all the Jews came over in the early part of the 20th century, and you had all these Father Coughlin people and all these other white Christians very upset because they thought they were going to lose their majority? Is that any different?
Well, the difference is Father Coughlin didn't have power. He had power as a he had communicative power, right? He had the power to move people with his, through the media. These people are in charge of the country. Russell Vogt, who runs the Office of Management and Budget, is a Christian nationalist by his own definition. So, the threat is inside the house. They're running the country.
But we've had Christian nationalists forever.
We have, but what we've never had is a regime that uses executive orders and the force of the federal government to strip women, people of color, out of military opportunities, to literally fire.
But I don't think that's a white Christian thing, do you?
In their mind it is. They're trying to restore a hegemonic white Christian nationalist country. They believe that's what the country was meant to be, and they're trying to restore it. That's what they say. I have to believe them when they say it.
Yeah, but despite all that, right, we're not a theocracy. We're not close to a theocracy. We have a constitution that is set up in a way that actually prevents us from being a theocracy. There are a lot of mechanisms within the Constitution in and of itself that prevent us from being a theocracy. Like, for example, when you talk about no religious test for office, yeah, I mean, that in and of itself goes a long way, right, to make sure that, again, we're not a theocracy. So I honestly don't see the problem with being a Christian nationalist, right? I don't understand why is it that it's a problem to have a Christian moral framework or worldview as your guide, right? When you talk about how you look at morality and lawmaking and how society should function in general. To me, it sounds like Joy Reid has a problem, one, with white people, and two, with Christian culture, right? She has a problem with the fact that there are people in this country that want this country to remain a culturally Christian country, because the country was founded as a culturally Christian country. I mean, at one point, right, during the founding, states had their own churches, right? So there's no doubt that we were founded as a culturally Christian country, and that's a part of what makes America America, right? America without the underlining Christian culture is not American, right? It's not America. It's just not. Okay, it becomes something else, and we don't want it to be something else, right? We want to keep the underlining culture that the country was founded upon, and I don't see what's wrong with that, right? I'm trying to figure out what is wrong with keeping America America, right? It's not a white Christian nationalist thing. I think it's just more about, hey, we don't want our country to become the Congo, right? Or Zimbabwe, or Guyana, or, you know, these countries that Joy Reid's ancestors are from, right? We don't want our country to become that. That's not what we want to be, right? We want to be America. America is a culturally Christian country by other people who are not white.
Between if you're doing them in the name of Islam or doing them in the name of Christianity.
So in other words, you're saying that if you're not a white Christian nationalist in the United States, you should be worried about your life.
You should.
Wow. I'm not.
No?
No.
Why not?
Because he's not a Kool-Aid drinker, right? A blue and non-Kool-Aid drinker. He's not delusional.
Reality that is a creeping fascism. And, you know, I went to Cuba years ago. I'll give you an example. I went to Cuba years ago. My husband and I went because President Obama opened up that window where you can travel. When you go to Cuba, if you spend 2 hours there, you may not realize you're in an oppressive society, because people are going about as normal. They're going to work, they're going to school, they're getting themselves dressed, they're doing things that look normal. You have to really spend a little time and pay a little attention to realize that people there are deeply oppressed. I had people come up to me, if they would talk to us at all. If you had a camera around your neck, they thought you might be in the CIA or something. They were afraid of you. But I lived in South Florida, so I speak, decent Spanish, and I speak Spanish with sort of a Cuban dialect because I've lived in South Florida for so long.
Other than Spain, is the best dialect, I hear.
Is the best dialect, right? So
it's amazing how she lives in Florida, right? The fascist red state, where you have African American history being erased. Women don't have any rights, right? It's a fascist state, and Joy Reid is living it up, right, in deep red Florida. Amazing how that works, right? Incredible.
So I'm in Cuba, and a couple of people would quietly speak to me, and what they would say is, "How can I get out of here? Can you help me?"
Yeah, they're trying to escape socialism, right? Marxism, which is, the type of government that you want for us, right? You want to turn our country into Cuba, and the people in Cuba are trying to leave, right? But for whatever reason, she can't put that together.
They'd open up to you then.
We had a couple of people say, "How can I get to the United States?" The thing is that they're living in an oppressed...
Yeah. If United States is like Iran, why would they want to come here, right? Why are they getting on rafts, risking their lives to come here to the United States if we're like Iran, right? If we live in a fascist system, which is what, Joy Reid claims, okay? If it's oppressive to women and all these minorities, why are these people from Cuba trying to get to the United States? I'm trying to figure out why is it that she has not put those things together. Why has she not realized that, wait, hold on now. If what I'm saying is true, then people should not be trying to come here, right? I'm just saying.
System that is so enormous, and it is everywhere. You don't know who's watching you. You don't know when you're being observed, when you're being surveilled. You never know if you can be arrested, when you can be. So the oppression is it's it's in the water, it's in the air, it's everywhere. And after a while, it starts to look normal and starts to feel normal. And I worry that Americans will just, like a frog in a boiling pot, get used to living in fascism.
Why am I so believe it will never be that way.
I wish I had your confidence.
I do. Maybe it's because
Maury just keeps telling her. He's telling her in the nicest way possible. You're delusional, right? What you're saying is just a load of bullshit, right? Like nobody believes this. It's very funny how he's just telling her straight up, like, nah, I'm not buying it, right? This blue and on conspiracy theory right here. Nah, it just don't sound right, right?
I've lived 87 years, and I still feel that's the way the country will end up being. You campaigned for Obama. Mm-hmm. It was your days where I'm going into politics. I'm going to campaign.
Got out of news and like I'm going into this.
So what I don't understand is everybody who campaigns and spends their whole life that year in 2008 campaigning, they want a job in the White House. I bet you did.
I did apply. I mean,
and she didn't get it. Right? She didn't get it.
How didn't you get it?
Because nobody wanted her, right?
We all applied. The whole campaign applied. Yeah, I'm sure there were like 470,000 of us. We all applied. Yeah.
Were you surprised you didn't get what you wanted?
No, I was so low level on that campaign.
Oh,
I was a
really?
nobody on that campaign. Yeah, there was no reason to hire me. But I thought I did a great job in my little space. I was in South Florida doing my thing.
Oh, you were in South Florida.
Yeah, I was my little region.
And he
was South
won Florida, right?
He did twice.
Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I really was disappointed in him.
Were you? Tell me why.
Because I think his last 2 years I think he checked out. I think he couldn't do what he wanted to do and checked out and played golf. I think a huge majority of the country were so excited to see him win and become the first black president. No question. Huge majority. And I think Obamacare came along in the first administration. And then when he got reelected, and now he doesn't have control of the House and the Senate, I think the last 4 years were just a waste.
Well, I think you have to also remember that he was facing one of the most determined and I would say diabolical opponents in political history, and that's Mitch McConnell, who made it very clear that his goal in life was to effectively shut down the Obama presidency.
And what he did about the Supreme Court was ridiculous.
Abominable. I mean, he decided this man will not be able to be president on my watch. I will shut down everything.
And by the way, Republicans will rule that day because, because if the Democrats take control, I'm not saying, I don't care who takes control. I'm not into politics that way. Politics to me is personal. But if the Democrats win the Senate and Alito retires, there is no chance that Trump is going to get a Supreme Court justice because the Democratic Senate will hold it up.
Well,
just the way McConnell did.
Well, first of all, Democrats do not play politics the way Republicans do. The difference between the parties,
Joy.
they do not. They do not.
Please.
Democrats play by the Marquis de Queen.
Yeah. At some point, you got to call out the BS for what it is, right? You can't be nice about it. Like, come on, Joy, right? You said Democrats don't play dirty. Of course they play dirty, right? You talk about shutting down the government twice, right? Twice. Taking away people's food stamps. Like, come on. Over ICE? Come on. Like, I mean, Democrats are the same people who overthrew democracy within their own party, right? They said, Joe Biden, you got to get out, right? We're going to install Cobbler because you can't win. Right? Democrats play very, very, very dirty, right? These are the dirtiest people in politics, right? Dirty Democrats.
Queensberry rules. I think they do not. They're not rule breakers. What's been fun?
You're trying to tell me
they're not.
If the Democrats take the Senate,
I would hope they would.
2027.
I hope
in 2027, and Alito retires, and Trump names a Supreme Court justice, that the Democrats are going to have hearings and actually confirm him?
I think they will.
Or her?
Because they don't
Not a chance.
I don't think that they play like, can you imagine Chuck Schumer doing any of the things Mitch McConnell did? Of course not. They couldn't even hold out on a government shutdown because 8 of them turned tail and gave in. Democrats capitulate and they try to play by the rules. Republicans don't care about the rules.
Everything that you hold dear without you knowing, even though they told you they were going to do it for 2 whole months, and it's a complete and total lie what they're accusing. But other than that, everything is business as usual today, guys. They passed ICE and CBP funding in mass, more money than they were going to have before, and it's the biggest Democrat backfire, which is absolutely glorious, at least this week. Everything will be linked in the description box below. They can't keep from losing. They can't buy a win, and I'm here for it. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. If you want to save the country together, 100% clickbait free, join us, my fellow bastions of freedom. Let's dive right into this, people, because when things happen that are the topic of conversation for 45 freaking days in the media, breathlessly telling you that the Democrats are going to finally stick it to Trump by blocking the ICE funding, and they're going to shut down the entire Department of Homeland Security, and then the ICE agents are then going to be put into the airports to resolve the whole issue. Remember all that? That was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. All of a sudden, that doesn't exist anymore. Yeah. Well, all of a sudden, just like John Thune and the Republicans told you they were going to do, they passed a reconciliation package, which passed all the money for ICE and CBP. We told you they were going to do it. They said they were going to do it. We knew they were going to do it. And oh my God, the surreptitious actions in the middle of the night. You'll never believe what the Republicans did when they told you they were going to and how they were going to do it. It is simply unbelievable. If you're a lefty or not a viewer of this show, okay, watch this. The U.S. Senate has advanced a Republicans' budget reconciliation resolution for ICE and CBP at 3:30 a.m. The vote was...
That's got that happen. Why you got to name somebody you ain't never meet, never will meet? This is the stuff that black women say. And you got to understand, it's the same group of people that get mad when a white girl get braids and say she cultural appropriating.
Yeah, and that's
insanity.
Don't get me wrong. I'm annoyed by those women too. It's because it looks so bad. But I definitely can see the hypocrisy in what he's talking about.
I think that's my point. I tell you, black people, it don't matter what they are when they claim themselves to be black. They just, to me, it doesn't matter what's on your head. Like I hear the passion, and I hear you guys. I hear you, the message about cancer causing Tommy. But for me, like, it's just hair. I don't care if a white woman wears an afro. I don't care if a black woman wears a blonde wig. One of the people I think is a moron. One of the people that I think is a moron is Joy Reid herself, and she wears her natural hair and it's blonde. I don't care. Why are we focused so much on the external? Now, mind you, I like we're about to go left, sis. Hold on. Now, I like the weave. But it's too externally focused and not what's in your brain, like what's in your head. Why are we not focused on that? Go ahead.
She just asked.
They are.
Right?
That's the thing. The amount of money that is spent on the weaves, the process, the glue down, the melting of the lace, the bleaching of the knot. I mean,
You guys would have heard the earlier portions of the discussion. The way that they set up the premise was Tommy laid out how black women have spent $1 billion in this industry, how it's making them sick, how it's lowering the self-esteem of young girls. Very jaw-dropping details and variables that he was adding to his talking points to why black women shouldn't focus on hair weaves.
23 people go to the vibe party. And then at one point, the fire department starts to shut it down.
Now it's only 12 of us. Because them left, they must have felt something. You know, what's his name? Chuck Bone. That was Puff friend. Yeah, he that was with us, Chuck Bone. They must have felt something and they left and went to Steve Stout's house. In the hills, because Steve Stout was giving a party that day too.
Okay, so half the entourage leaves, half is still there. You go and grab all the SUVs and have them pull out in front, so when Big and Puff and all them come out, they could just jump in their cars.
And we can leave.
Okay. So Tell me about the scene outside as you're waiting for everyone to get in their cars and start to take off.
So first we lined up parallel to the door in which they have to come out, right? You follow me?
Yep.
All right, we lined up parallel to where the doors they have to come out. So if they come out right here, the car's right there. They're right there. So then Big is taking his time because you know his fibula bones and his thighs are broken or whatever like that. You know, they fractured or whatever. So it's taking them a long time to come out. So they get out, Big gets in the car, everybody get loaded up. I said, come on, let's go. We ready to go. Puff is running back and forth like, yo, he'll see a girl, he'll go grab a girl. He said, yo, Gene, remember her? She coming to the party tomorrow. I'm like, you remember her? What the f you talking about, bro? I've never seen him act like this ever, because he don't act like that. Because even in New York City, once Puff get in the car, he'll leave his mama. We gone, we out. So Puff is like looking, and if you see the cameras, you see him running back and forth, looking and everything like that. So I said, Big, man, what we standing around here for? He said, that's your man. That's your man. And I said, yeah, all right. So then I said, Puff, what's going on? He said, yo, Paul and them ain't got their car yet. I said, this guy is a cop out here. They can't get his car out the garage thing. I got all these cars. I got these cars out of. What are you talking about? You understand? So now we pull out the driveway. When we pull out onto the driveway, now this is the driveway. We pull onto the driveway, and I don't know the street. Is it Wishaw or Fairfax? Which street is right there on the side of that? Is it
Not sure.
Wishaw or Fairfax? Well, whatever street is right there. When you come out the driveway, you got to make a right turn. So we parked up in the driveway. So it's Puff, it's Big's car. And I still think we're waiting for Paul in them car. So now they get people are coming by. Now y'all seen a lot of videos, and in those videos it seemed like it was a lot of people right there, you know, when Big got shot and everything like that. That's on the other side of the venue, where all those people was walking back and forth right there. Because on our side of the street, it was nobody over there. You understand? So this guy in this blue and white shirt comes walking down. So he walks down and he just goes through the garage, you know what I'm saying, while the cars is lined up. I have my under my shirt. You know, with my hand, you know, sideways to the trigger like this. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Check it out. Notorious B.I.G. Level on Rap City.
No, he's about to list and explain every event that led up to Biggie
Canada all over, you know what I'm saying?
Right?
Keeping
So
it
he's
real
about to
Brooklyn
explain
style, baby.
everything that happened.
Money the be-all and
that
end-all in America. Money the bottom
night.
line.
And someone throughout every event was very suspicious. You guys can probably guess who it is already. So I want you guys to really watch this video fully and listen thoroughly, because you guys do not want to miss any details whatsoever. Because as I said, Gene is about to explain every event that led up to Biggie being shot. Now, whether you believe him or not, let me know down in the comment section. But listen, watch the video fully and listen thoroughly. Also, man, remember to drop a like, my people, because this one needs to go viral. This one needs to go viral, man. But enough of me talking. Remember, watch the video fully and listen thoroughly. Do not skip anything, man. Watch the full interview.
You don't put it on the trigger or nothing like this. I got my cycle, so the guy walks through, and now I see Paul. I say, yo, Paul, what's up? He said, yeah, and the guy just kept on walking. I said, Paul, you see the guy in the blue and white shirt? He said, yeah, I saw him. He said, yo, he puff all right? I said, yo, puff straight. You know, so just keep your eye on him. So the guy walked away. You know what I'm saying? So then next thing you know, less than 5 minutes from that, hear this guy come down. He dressed in a blue suit, white shirt, blue bow tie. You understand? He comes and he just, it's a pillow right here. Puffer's in the driveway. If you walking down the street, you can't see me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm standing right by the pillow, right? So you can't see me. So when he got to the point, because he was walking closer to the curve than he was in the middle of the sidewalk, he was walking close to the curve, close to the cars, I see him. And Puff is about, I would say 10 to 15 yards from him, right? And I'm about 5 yards from him. So the guy, when I come from over the pillow, he stops immediately. And he just looked at me and I looked at him. He didn't say nothing. So I lowered my arm and he could see he looked me in my eye and turns right back and walks down the street. So when he got far enough from down the street, maybe 4 or 5 car lengths and everything like that, I said, yo, y'all ready? He said, yeah, we ready. So we pulls out the driveway and now we lined up beside the street. There's cars parked there from the opening of the museum all the way down to the corner. So we park right there coming out the garage and I see Paul and them. Biggs' man is across the street. He has a white Land Cruiser. He's from Philly. I think Charlie Baltimore may have been in the car with them. I'm not for sure. So when we pull out the driveway, Paul comes up to me. I say, yo, Paul, you good? You good? Y'all ready to go? They ready to go? I say, all right, because Puff had already made the decision that we're going to Steve Stout's house now. So when he gets up there and he said, yo, we were just leaving. No, we were going to Steve Stout's house. I had got a call from Chaz. I had called Chaz and I let Chaz know. I said, yo, Chaz, we about to go to Steve Stout's now. I said, no, I'm coming down there, man. Y'all don't go to Steve Stout's house. Y'all don't go to Steve Stout's house. And he didn't say anything on the phone. He said, I'm on my way down there. You know what I'm saying? So he had left Steve Stout's in the house. So we parked on the side of the Peterson Museum. So when I said to Paul said we was ready to go, I said, all right, follow us. I tried to ride on the side of the car. Puff said, yo, Gene, what you doing? I said, I'm riding on the side of the car. I'm having my gun out. I'm on the side of the car. At the time, I'm 265. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the 330. You know what I mean? So I was a little slimmer back then. So he says to me, Gene, if you don't get in this car, you ain't gonna never work for Bad Boy ever again.
That ain't make no sense.
I said, man, how the f you gonna try to tell me how to do my job? He said, Gene, we don't need that look. We don't need that look. Get in the car. As I go to get in the car, this motherfucker reached down and let his seat all the way back. So now I got to put my legs sideways. I'm like, yo, what is you doing? And so then Kenny said, you ready? He said, you ready? I said, Kenny, run the next 3 lights. Run the next 3 lights, Kenny. Kenny said, for what? I said, run the next 3 lights, Kenny, or I'm going to drive. Run the next 3 lights. Kenny just took off. When he took off, we got past the light because it was a flashing red light. We got past the light and we got across the street. Tone, who was behind me, said, yo, somebody in the car pointing the gun at Big them. I goes to open the door. Next thing you know, you hear it say, pow! Pop, 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 pop! Yeah. 5 or 6 cars were like, pop, 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 pop! Right? And Kenny guns the car going forward. I said, Kenny, what the f is you doing? He said they shooting at Big. He said, we don't know who they shooting at.
No, straight up, this was definitely a setup.
You know, and they're racist. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, the great white hope, is a racist?
Yeah, because he's a great white hope, but not a hope for everyone else.
Do you know how do you know he's a racist?
I'll put it like this, because this is normally what happens, and I'm gonna predict where you're about to try to go. Everyone does this. Who do you know? You just asked that, right? Who do you know? What has he done? What exactly? See, there's things in his life that people forget to do, which is feel.
Jesse Lee Peterson totally wrecks this woke comedian's racist argument in this debate, as Jesse Lee Peterson calls out this woke leftist false logic of blaming white people for everything, while also being hypocrites and using double standards in this absolute shutdown with Jesse Lee Peterson. Let's get in.
I do, comedy, I do drama, everything in between.
So have you acted in anything that I'm familiar with?
Yeah, I acted in the White House in front of Obama doing my impression of Obama.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it like doing an impression in front of the fallen Messiah?
It was what it was like doing an impression in front of President Obama was.
What did I say?
You said, it sound like you said fallen Messiah.
Right.
Interesting. If he was the fallen Messiah, that would be to imply that he is the Antichrist.
Well,
and if he was the Antichrist, we wouldn't have a president after him.
Well, the reason I called him the fallen Messiah because when he first ran, the blacks were saying, "Oh, he's sent by God. He's from God." They had all this. They thought he was from God, but by the end of his 8-year term, they were like, "No, he's from Satan." So, what was it like doing an impression in front of him? Did they invite you there? Who invited you?
He did.
And what made him invite you?
Because of my impression.
He had heard of you and seen you perform before?
Yeah, I'd done a lot of videos online. I used to do a lot of comedic parody spoofs as him rapping.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that eventually landed me at the White House a few times.
And so what was it like in front of him doing that?
It was nerve-wracking. I mean, if you do an impression of anybody to them, as an actor, it's a little nerve-wracking because you're wondering what they're thinking of that impression. If they, I've had people, impersonate me in a silly way, and it's kind of weird to see someone else do, you basically.
Right.
So it was a little nerve-wracking.
And so did you get a chance to talk to him afterward, one-on-one, and hang out with him or anything?
Yeah, we talked very briefly, and that's when I actually ended up doing the impression. But yeah, it was cool.
Have you? Let me hear you do Obama right now.
I'm off today.
You can have a little bit, just a little taste of it.
Well, it's pretty easy for me to do. I can turn it off. I can turn it on. It's always there. However, I do endorse this message.
You sound just like me. It's weird.
It is kind of weird.
Have you ever done one of Big Mama?
No. No.
Are you able to do one of her?
No, I definitely would not know how to do that.
Amazing. What did she have to say about your impression when you went there? You met her too, right?
Who?
Big Mama.
Who's Big Mama?
Michelle.
That's not her name, dog.
No, Big Mama Michelle.
No, it's just Michelle Obama. First Lady, Mrs. Obama, if you will.
What do you think about the 8 years of being in office? She was like doing the Hoochie Mama dance and...
What's a Hoochie Mama dance?
You know how the ghetto women dance and stuff like that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Were you embarrassed by that?
By what?
By her doing the Hoochie Mama dance?
I never saw her do a Hoochie Mama dance.
Did you see her dancing with Ellen DeGeneres?
Yes.
What did you think about that?
It looked like they were having fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you vote for Obama?
Yeah.
Are you a Democrat?
Yeah.
Are you a liberal?
Yeah.
Beta. Yep. How did you become a liberal?
A what?
A liberal.
What do you mean?
Real men are not liberals.
Okay.
Did you know that?
And then, so then what does that make you?
Conservative.
And that makes you a real man?
Alpha male. So you like socialism?
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't even say that I would be, well-versed enough on the topic to go as deep as to say I love socialism. No, I wouldn't say that. I think that as a country, that we are in positions to be able to help one another in certain ways. Going into the depths of I love socialism, I would not say that.
Do you support socialism for others?
In what regards?
Like the black people are asking for affirmative action, reparations. They want the white people to let them in without earning their wage just because they're black to get in. That's socialism. Do you support
I don't think that's what it is. I don't think black people by and large are looking to not earn their way in. I think everyone I think a lot of people are working and earning their way in. They're just not getting the same respect and the same opportunities as some whites are getting. So I don't think it's about, oh, I don't want to work. I don't want to earn it. I just want to be handed things. There might be some, I think, in any group of people, whether it be white, black, or anything else, there's always going to be those certain people that kind of are a little bit off and make the whole group look bad. And there are some people in any group that want handouts. But I think overall, black people are worth the opportunities that they work and earn, you know.
But the reality is most black people, not all, but most, they tend to beg and blame and whine.
No, they
Even
don't.
the men.
No, they don't.
Have you noticed the black men are
Who has gotten into your mind to make you say about your own people?
What people is that?
Black people.
Which people?
Black people.
What do you mean by that?
You have looked in the mirror today, right?
But they're not all
Or
my people.
at some point.
Are you saying they're my people because I'm black?
I'm saying that obviously you identify with those people and you were from those people.
No, I don't. I used to when I was in a fallen state. I identified with being black, but I no longer identify like that.
So you're implying that black people are in a fallen state. What
Yeah.
does that even mean?
Do you know what a fallen? The show is called The Fallen State.
Right.
Do you know what it means? Do you believe human beings are in a fallen state?
I think that with anything in life, there's always a duality to anything. Nothing is ever, no pun intended, nothing is ever just black and white. So yes, there might be some people on this earth, in this country, that have a fallen mentality, but at the same time, in that same duality, there's people that are elevated as well. There's many people that are elevated. It's not just people, it's not just all black people, it's not just all white people, it's not just all Democrats, it's not just all Republicans. There's some people that have a fallen mentality and they're stuck. There's a lot of people who are elevated. So you can't say that most black people beg and whine, because they definitely don't.
But of all the cultures around the world, especially in America, it's mostly, there are other people following them now and trying to hook onto the wagon and beg and get free stuff. But if you notice, most black people lead the way in begging and blaming.
Not really.
Even
There's
the
more.
men.
There's not really.
Have
There's,
you noticed that men don't even stand up? They beg the white man.
I don't know what begging you're talking about. I mean, if you were to pull up something like welfare, there's more white people on welfare than blacks.
Because there are more white people than black people, but for the percentage of black, there are more blacks on welfare than whites.
Right, if you go by percentage, but the point is there's still more white people on
No.
welfare, and they've had more time to get it together, no?
Why do you think so many young people are into socialism?
I have no idea. I can't speak for them. You'd have to ask the ones who are into socialism.
You notice that they are into it, right?
No, I'm just going off of what your question. I haven't studied the youth to know that they're into socialism. I haven't seen that.
But you don't pay
What I've
attention.
seen is people that are usually of a Republican influence tend to label it as socialism because it's a good soundbite.
What would you label it as?
Well, it depends on what you're talking about. It's a very
They
broad
want
stroke of the
free-
brush.
If you notice, what's that black woman name? That really nutty one, Kamala Harris, and Cory Booker, and the woman, the little Indian wannabe woman out of Boston. They're all promising socialism, and the blacks are
Are they
loving
promising
it.
socialism, or are you
Yeah.
labeling it
We're
again?
going to give you free education. We're going to pay off your student loan.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to give you free health care. We're going to give you free everything. Is that socialism? A few days ago, you tweeted that black actors are getting more opportunities in film and TV. Did black people earn these opportunities?
I'm not these actors. What do you mean?
Do you believe that now that they're getting more opportunities in film and TV, did they earn that?
You would have to talk to those actors. I would be inclined to say yes.
And how did they earn it?
Which actor are you talking about?
Why do you say yes, they earn it?
Did I say that?
Yeah.
That's
you
a
said
they-
you would have to say yes, they earn it. How would they have earned it? How did they earn it?
By acting.
But if black people had not accused white people of being racist,
We didn't accuse. We
look
didn't
at
just
the
accuse. It
Oscars,
wasn't.
they're not.
It's not an accusation.
If black
It's by and
people
large
had-
fact.
Let me just finish this. If black people had not accused white people of being racist in the entertainment world and said not enough black people getting awards and all that, would as many black people be everywhere now in acting on TV, in films, on billboards? Would we see that today if they had not accused white people of being racist?
Those two things are not related. You're saying that because they accuse white people of being racist, they got the roles. If we didn't accuse, that's just facts. If you don't know that that's facts, if you're not aware of the racism in this country, you are sadly misguided. of course there's racism. It's not an accusation, it's facts. Now, whether they react to certain things out of guilt is another question. I can't speak. I don't know what they did. I know that there's a lot of hardworking actors who deserve roles and deserve to be featured. It's not just black people. So the minorities by and large. So it's not about, oh, did they earn it? I can't speak for them. There's too many gotcha questions. Too many like, oh, let me just say this really broad blanket statement and just see how you figure it out. Like I know how that works, and I'm not here for that. There's a lot of actors who are very talented. There is racism in this country. It still persists. It has always persisted. If we can't look at the history of killings, KKK lynchings, all these other things, blacks not being able to vote, blacks not being considered a whole person, we don't need to have a discussion about whether people, if racism is real. If we have to have a conversation about that, then we are in the wrong spot. We shouldn't be having this conversation. Racism, of course, is real.
Would black people have gotten those positions in film had they not cried racism?
Would black people have gotten that position in film had they not cried racism? I think black people have not gotten a lot of roles in film because of racism, yes. It's not because they cried about it, it's because they challenged the system, rightfully so.
And so, let's start for that question. Would black people, we see them everywhere now, gotten those positions had they not cried racism? Would they have gotten into those positions?
You can repeat the question all you want. That's just not how it works. And you actually read part of my tweet. My whole tweet was it's a great time for black actors and we're getting more opportunities than ever. But I just wonder how much of this is because they actually want black people in these films or because, as always, black people are good marketing and PR. That was the whole tweet. So what my point was is that, yes, it's good that we have a good time. I just hope that people aren't casting blacks in certain or giving black people certain things just because they know it'll be controversial to do certain things or to cast a black person in this. For instance, they cast Chloe as Ariel in The Little Mermaid. I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. The Little Mermaid is not an ethnicity. She's a mermaid. But I just hope that these opportunities are coming up because that actor, to them, to Disney's eyes or whoever the casting director's eyes, they felt like she deserved it. She's an amazing singer. I think she'll kill it. But I hope it's not a thing of like, you know what, if we cast a black person, we know this is going to be a huge PR campaign. So that was just an open thought I had in that moment.
I am, as most Americans are, 100% convinced that the only reason you see blacks in all these films and billboards and doing these things now because they have falsely accused white people of being racist, and most white people are afraid to say that they're not racist, so they're appeasing the blacks. I am 100% convinced, as most Americans are, and I'm sure you are too, you probably won't say it, that these blacks are not qualified.
Let me know down below if you agree with Jesse Lee Peterson, because he is exactly 100% right. Now, there's been plenty of great black actors, in the past, plenty, right? But especially here recently, with all the DEI that they have shoved into Hollywood, there are a lot that are extremely substandard. I mean, Disney has gone down the tubes. The new Star Trek show is like just absolutely god awful. And now it's just absolutely failing. Hollywood is dying. These shows are dying because the DEI woke left insane racist narrative of white man bad is just shoving all these people who aren't really good into these positions of light. Same thing with directors and producers, the people who are making these things, like the writers. I mean, just the most god-awful, just worst possible women writers who can't write anything, trying to replace men. And it's like, it doesn't work. It absolutely doesn't work. So the whole idea that, everyone is getting into Hollywood, especially now, no, I'm sorry, it's just not true. And the whole thing with The Little Mermaid, right? They complained for years about white people, whitewashing this, whitewashing that. You're just doing the same thing. You're just doing exactly the same thing. He thinks it's great to take a child's, a kid's kid story and take that character and then just change it, even though the audience fell in love with that character the way it was. If the tables were reversed, betcha these same people who cry wolf would be losing their effing minds that their child characters were being replaced with white people. They would absolutely lose their minds. So there's a clear double standard here. Like, I'll agree that whitewashing roles is a bad thing, but that doesn't mean you get to do it either. And this is exactly why I don't even pay attention to movies and shows anymore, because they're all pretty much terrible. But hit that like button and notification bell and let's get back in.
They're very qualified.
No.
Who? Okay, so name off the top of your head right now one actress that could out-sing Chloe for Little Mermaid.
That ain't the issue. I don't even know Chloe. I just think Chloe is black, right?
Huh?
She's black? Chloe?
Yes.
Okay. I guarantee you that Chloe...
I'm sorry, I'm calling her Chloe. Her name is... Sorry. Let me back up. It wasn't just about the singing. She can act. She can sing. She's talented. And everyone's saying she's not right for the role. That's the ultimate point that I'm trying to make.
You know why they're saying it, right? It's true. And secondly, if you notice,
What's true?
That she doesn't have the ability for the role. She's not qualified for it.
Oh, she's very qualified.
No. Is she black?
Yeah.
No, she's not.
So you're saying that she's not qualified because she's black?
Right.
And just to separate the screen name, because I'm so used to it, I was calling by screen name, Holly Bailey. So she is very qualified for the role.
Let me tell you why she and most black people are not qualified.
Mm-hmm.
Because if blacks were qualified, they wouldn't be begging and blaming and trying to take white people's stuff and try to get in.
What's white people's stuff?
What's
white people's stuff?
And try to get in without.
What's white people's
Let
stuff?
me just finish this.
Go ahead.
They wouldn't be trying to get into white people's world without earning it.
What's
they
white
would
people's world?
build their own and do their own thing.
You're so brainwashed and
But
sad.
instead of being qualified, they're falsely accusing white people, and white people just giving it to them, and then making them feel good. Oh, that nice black. Oh, he just acted so well. Come on, baby, you can do it. And blacks feel good, but they have not earned it because they have no shame.
That's just such a. It's kind of hard to converse with you because you kind of say a lot of blanket things that don't have much basis to it. She's very no.
Then if she was so
If
talented,
there's-
why did she build her own thing?
What do you mean?
Why did she do her own thing? Why do blacks have to accuse white people and
Did
take
she
white
accuse
people's stuff? I don't know if she did, this particular, but I know that blacks in Hollywood have been Will Smith's wife, what's her name? Jada
Pinkett
Jada
Smith.
Smith, yeah. They've been crying racism and carrying on.
Because there's a lot of
They
racism.
have intimidated white people, and now whites have just given them whatever they want, even though they're not qualified.
That's just not the case.
Then why are the blacks doing it, and why are the whites giving it?
Did you not say at the top of this interview that there's more white people in this country, therefore there's a difference in ratio? There's more white people, right?
But whites are afraid of blacks.
Huh?
They're afraid of blacks.
I don't think it has anything to do with casting or opportunities.
They don't want to be called racist. The worst thing you could call a white person is a racist.
Who cares?
You don't care about white people?
No, I'm saying who cares if that's the worst thing you can say to a
You
white
don't
person.
care that affects whites in a negative way to falsely accuse them?
Not if they're actually racist. If someone's actually racist, then I mean you call it what it is.
Oh,
If I was actually racist, call it what it was.
Are white people racist?
That's a blanket statement once again.
Are white people racist?
Are white people racist?
Yes.
Blanket statement.
What do you mean
question.
a blanket statement?
It's a very broad question.
What
You
do you
can't
mean?
say, because you can't just say, you can't lump a group of people together and say, are they racist? Are there a lot of racist white people? Yes. Are white people in general racist? You can't label everybody
Do
like
you
that.
know any white racist people?
Of course I do.
Who?
I was born in Kentucky.
Who do you know that? Tell me the name of somebody that you know and they're racist.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, the Great White Hope, is a racist.
Yeah, because he's a great white hope, but not a hope for everyone else.
Do you know how do you know he's a racist?
I'll put it like this, because this is normally what happens, and I'm going to predict where you're about to try to go. Everyone does this. Who do you know? You just asked that, right? Who do you know? What has he done? What exactly? See, there's things in his life that people forget to do, which is feel. And I don't need to sit down and narrow down, this proved, because nothing will ever really satisfy you or anyone else to prove that anyone's a racist.
Do you know President Trump?
But I've had a lifetime myself of dealing with it.
I ask you, who do you know that's a racist?
I can make up a name right now and you wouldn't know whether it's
true. Do you know
true.
President Trump?
Huh?
You know President Trump?
Do you know him?
No,
You defend him as if you do.
I asked you, who do you know that's a racist? And you said President Trump.
Yeah.
And do you know him?
He's the president. What do you
Do
mean?
you know him?
What do you mean, do I know?
Personally, do you know him?
I know, yeah.
You had
I don't know him
experiences with the
personally.
president
I don't
that you
need to
could call him a racist.
I don't need to. There are people walking this earth that literally think that they are superior to another culture, to another ethnicity. So you
Oh, you're
can't
talking
say.
about Louis Farrakhan?
No, I'm talking about like the history of this world.
Oh, you're talking
Everyone is capable of being racist. Everybody. Because it's a thought pattern of thinking you're superior. If that's
So
what
Louis Farrakhan is a racist?
I don't know him.
You do know Louis Farrakhan.
I don't know him.
You ever heard him speak?
I don't really listen to him, no.
You never heard Louis Farrakhan speak?
A little bit, yeah.
Is he racist?
I don't know. I have not heard him say racist things.
Yeah, these same leftists who cry racism from people on the right, and then when asked to give proper examples, never can seem to actually.
Philip, the panel tried to have a serious conversation, and within seconds, the liberals on the panel turned to a refreshing new tactic, calling Donald Trump a dictator and authoritarian. Meanwhile, Jason Rantz, who, by the way, does a great job pointing out the liberal panel's psychosis, he's just sitting there like, I am begging you to stop this. Can we please try to have a normal conversation? Anyway, let's watch Jason Rantz demonstrate how emotional, overconfident arguments collapse under basic scrutiny, and calm, rational thinking exposes how weak they really are. Let's go.
They've come to the conclusion, and that's why they pulled off yesterday, come to the conclusion that it was disastrous to continue.
I mean, it's also surprising that they would even schedule or even get to the point where they were committing the vice president to go to Pakistan when they hadn't even gotten sign off on broad concepts of a deal.
Well, I think that they were obviously hopeful, and to Geraldo's point, we don't actually know what's going on behind the scenes. I think it's fair to say that part of this is because they are in fact fractured, and then of course makes complete and total sense given the situation on the ground that we would doubt that there is fractures within their leadership to the extent that it exists is kind of naive to me. I think, you want to make sure that you're doing a lasting peace. Yesterday you had brought up, I think it was a Reuters piece that suggested that international leaders were kind of worried about whether or not the president was going to lead for a headline and just get something done. This shows again quite the opposite, that he's being thoughtful and not wanting to just grab a headline, and is in fact willing to take on a political cost so that we can get to a point where we have a lasting peace.
I'm not sure that's what this shows, because it would be one thing if the reporting indicated that we were close to something. That doesn't suggest that we were close to anything at all.
No, and we shouldn't be in this war at all. These last 7 weeks have been horrible for the United States of America and for people all across the globe. The consequences have been dire, and this administration has done this because we have a wannabe dictator as president of the United States. And again, we are in a war that was completely unnecessary. It is. It's an authoritarian, an elected authoritarian who is operating as a dictator who thought that he could kill, destroy, and bomb an entire nation into submission. And that isn't what has happened. And that isn't what's happened.
Fair and reasonable. I've said this before, to debate the actual issues here and whether or not we think that this was the right move, but to immediately go to this lazy talking point that is used by the left all the time, just screaming about a dictator in chief, and it's not a serious conversation. If you say that you're serious about the issues that people are facing, talk about the policy.
It is serious.
Instead of going to
it is serious. Let's talk about the policies. I'm glad you mentioned that. Let's talk about the big ugly bill that cost us billions of dollars.
I'll talk about Iran or whatever they're talking about in a second, but I'll be too distracted if I don't talk about this first. So I think this guy is like Jasmine Crockett 2.0, which is odd since she's washing out of politics forever at this moment and the experiment didn't work. This is unfair to you as the audience because I'm leaving out context. So let's just take a quick 30 seconds to explore the evolution of Malcolm Extra here. Check this out.
Justin J. Pearson, and I'm running for president of PSG. There are a few reasons that we're running this campaign this year. One has to do with representation. How can we represent all voices in a conversation? I want to bring together different voices, dissenting voices, voices that may be more liberal or more conservative.
Seemed like the NRA and gun lobbyists might win. But that was good news for us. I don't know how long this Saturday in the state of Tennessee might last. But we have good news, folks. We've got good news that Sunday always comes.
I mean, look, playing a character in politics isn't anything new, but at least try to fool us. How could any voter not see this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Back to it.
Is that our stockpiles of weapons are being depleted here for us.
I think that it's a very rational concern because there might be a conflict in a completely different area of the world that we haven't even anticipated yet. We're worried about a peer conflict with China that we might not have enough weapons to support. What I think we need to do a better job at, and by the way, I think this war is a disaster. We'll talk about the messaging later, but We do not have a dictator. I'm sorry. We have a very unsuccessful dictator. If we have a dictator, he's checked continually all the time by his own Congress, by his own courts, by other countries and our allies. There is no conversation about the Iranian dictatorship and torturing their own people. I mean, I would just be curious to hear what you have to say about that.
I appreciate that. So let's be very clear. This Congress has capitulated to what this administration has wanted at every turn. And I'm not saying that Iran is a perfect nation. What I'm saying is this president ran.
You condemn the actual dictator?
Yeah.
Can we talk about this? Because we said we had a president who said he didn't want to have forever wars. He said he didn't want to have forever wars, and yet here we are in one. $60 billion. We have people in this administration, as well as Congress people, Democrats and Republicans, who are making billions.
Can you condemn the dictatorship of Iran?
Of course, go ahead.
Of course not.
And there is no real clear path out. Yes, I will say also, the Iranian regime is awful. And you know what else?
Aren't they more awful than our dictatorial regime?
I think yes, I will not compare what the Iranian regime is doing, and I can still say the things that are happening in America.
To call Trump an authoritarian and a dictator, he's not.
That's
literally
not what I'm
when
saying
it's
right
not
now.
helpful.
What I'm saying right now is also, though, our president said that this was an effort to liberate the people, and I haven't heard them at all in this debate.
Because they're tortured. That's what's happening.
Operation by the Biden White House, the Biden Justice Department, and the Democrat Party to try to destroy their political opposition because they were terrified that the voters would do what they did, which is in November 2024, re-elect President Donald Trump.
At a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing on Arctic frost, Republican senators went on the offensive over the DOJ's investigation into Trump and other GOP figures. Watch Senators Cruz, Hawley, and Britt press witnesses on alleged political targeting. Here are the three most explosive moments.
Mr. Chairman, in the last hearing, we proved that Arctic frost was no rogue operation. It was authorized at the highest level of the Biden Justice Department. And today we're asking the next question. Who coordinated it? Who profited from it? And who paid the price? Professor Epstein, on April 4th, 2022, Attorney General Merrick Garland, Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco, and FBI Director Christopher Wray personally signed off on opening Arctic frost. Their signatures on a document authorizing a federal investigation into virtually the entirety of the opposing political party. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, Senator.
The operatives in Watergate hid their names. They were embarrassed to be part of weaponizing government. Here, the top leadership of the Department of Justice flaunted their abuse of power. Mr. Epstein, when power at the top gives permission, allies below move quickly. That's how Washington works, isn't it?
I think so, Senator, yes.
And Arctic frost quickly grew beyond the Department of Justice. Are you familiar with the names Tim Heaphy, Jack Smith, and Thomas Wyndham?
Some of those names, yes. Certainly Jack Smith.
Heaphy led the January 6th committee investigation of President Trump. Smith prosecuted him as special counsel, and Wyndham was Smith's senior deputy. Does that sound right?
Yes.
And all three coordinated with Fani Willis, the Fulton County District Attorney who brought the Georgia RICO case against President Trump, sharing witnesses, sharing documents, helping to prepare her witness interviews. Is that right?
Yes.
And when it was all over, these three men founded a law firm together. Is that right?
It appears so.
Washington has a lot of revolving doors, but this one spun from prosecution to profit. But you need not take my word for it. Follow the money. Nathan Wade, Fani Willis's special prosecutor and her romantic partner, billed Georgia taxpayers $20,000 for 6 federal coordination meetings in 2022 alone. 2 with the White House. 3 with the January 6th committee. 1 on that same day that Jack Smith was appointed special counsel. This was a coordinated, organized operation by the Biden White House, the Biden Justice Department, and the Democrat Party to try to destroy their political opposition because they were terrified that the voters would do what they did, which is in November 2024, re-elect President Donald Trump. And this was the single greatest assault on democracy our nation has ever seen. Our Democrat friends are not shy about saying they're defending democracy, except when it comes to actually letting people vote. And they're willing to use all political power to stop people from voting. You know, Nathan Wade, under oath, he was asked about every one of those meetings. Wade said, "I don't remember." Anyone have a guess for how many times? 58 times. Wade's answer about those meetings was, "I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember." Mr. Epstein, when a prosecutor can't remember something 58 times, what does that tell you?
He remembers.
I think the inference is that he's not telling the truth.
I think that is a very fair inference. In your judgment, should the architects of this scheme face criminal prosecution?
I certainly think there is a number of bases to investigate the activities that occurred.
And what bases come to mind?
I think the way in which there was ignoring the proper constitutional appointment of Jack Smith, the evidence of potential bias amongst some FBI agents in the Washington field office, the ways in which there was coordination with the White House counsel's office in ways that I think was inconsistent with the proper interpretation of the Presidential Records Act and gave no ability for, at the time, former President Trump to assert constitutional privileges, the way in which the record shows that the National Archivist was clearly biased and made referrals to the FBI that were likely unauthorized, doing it through his Inspector General. And I think the evidence that this committee has shown shows that there was unfortunate coordination as for partisan motivation, and these documents shock the conscience.
Weaponizing the Department of Justice for partisan ends to subvert democracy and try and steal an election. Finally, Mr. Clark, you're here today because you have faced this subversion of justice, not as a statistic, but as a target. You were a partner at Kirkland & Ellis, spent nearly 30 years as a lawyer, is that right?
That's correct.
Your role in the events at issue, you drafted a memo raising election concerns. That memo was never sent. It was never enacted. DOJ leadership rejected it, is that right?
That's correct.
And the results were stunning. In response to your writing a memo, there was a pre-dawn raid on your home with 12 agents who ransacked your home for 3.5 hours, is that right?
That's also correct, and they took computers that had nothing to do with my legal work.
Georgia indictment, arrest, booking. Is all that correct?
Yes.
3 years of concurrent bar proceedings, federal scrutiny and litigation, hundreds of thousands in legal fees. Is that right?
Millions in legal fees, 5 going on 6 years of legal proceedings in the bar.
And last July, D.C. recommended your disbarment, your 29-year law license potentially gone for writing a memo in the Department of Justice. Is that right?
Yes, for writing a privileged memo that was leaked by my political opponents.
Every Democrat involved in this process should be ashamed of the weaponization and the persecution that is occurring.
Thank you for calling this hearing on this so-called investigation, which is an absolute mockery of the term. All the investigation was an attempt to browbeat ordinary citizens out of their constitutional rights and expressions of their constitutional right, including, of course, the First Amendment. It was an attempt to spy on members of Congress, including myself, who had our phones tapped. It's an absolute outrage that I hope will never happen again in American history. But I want to talk about another outrage today, if I could, that is very much in process, and that is the attempt by the American left to destroy the independence of the United States Supreme Court. We've had out of this court just in the last few days another series of leaks. I'm holding up here a page, a printout, this time the private papers of the justices. You might remember just a few years ago, somebody leaked an unpublished internal draft opinion for the first time in the history of the Supreme Court leaked it in an attempt to derail, it was the Dobbs decision, in an attempt to derail an opinion of the court. Now we have from the justices personal private papers that by law belong to them. We have multiple leaks from February, from January of 2016, leaked to the press. Why? For the sin of the court's supposed failure to address the global climate crisis. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's what the New York Times tells us. The court has not managed the global climate crisis properly, and therefore, whomever it is at the Supreme Court who wants to destroy the independence of that body is now leaking the justices' own private papers. This is part of a coordinated attack on this institution that has gone on now for years. And the point of it is to destroy the independence of the Supreme Court, to browbeat that court into doing what the left in this country wants, and to hold up a clear threat to the court that if they don't, they will be packed with new justices, they will be personally threatened, their papers will be leaked, their security will be threatened, and in short, the left will do everything they can to destroy the court as an institution. I've worked at that court. I have litigated at that court as a private lawyer and as the Attorney General of the state of Missouri. And I can tell you what is happening now is absolutely a coordinated effort to destroy the court, and it has been years in the making. Years in the making. It goes all the way back to when President Obama stood in the well of the House of Representatives at the podium there and to the face of the justices browbeat and criticized them personally for a decision he didn't like. I've heard a lot of fussing from the other side of the aisle. They don't like how President Trump is critical of the court. Really? I don't remember a word when Barack Obama stood and looked at the justices and
Hello.
Hi, this is Shari from Pulse Dispatch. Hi, Douglas. We would just like to check if you are available for today. This is for a dishwasher scheduled between 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. for today.
And McDonough?
Yeah, it's in McDonough, Georgia.
Yeah, I'm not in that
The zip
area.
code is 30252.
You guys got me.
Oh, okay.
You guys
All right,
got me
yeah.
in a whole different direction. I'm in Peachtree City today. You guys got me running in a different direction.
Oh, okay.
I can do McDonough tomorrow at between 10 and 12.
All right, we'll just add your suggested time frame to the appointment, okay?
Okay.
And if ever the customer agreed that this will be rescheduled for tomorrow, we will be just assigning you to the job.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Michael calls Keith Boykin out for his nonsense conspiracy theory.
For years. And the other issue is that he hasn't been transparent. I'm not going to get into the
about Butler,
but the fact that he never released his medical records about Butler, and he claimed that his
you are getting into it. You
He-
see, you're not getting
yeah,
into
it's
conspiratorial that actually occurred, though, right? Like this guy is saying
I have no
it was
reason to
staged.
disbelieve it, but I'm
Okay,
telling you,
all
the
right.
fact that he hasn't been transparent about this hasn't helped his
aren't you
case.
being disingenuous?
I'm going
to clarify,
I'm going to go down the rabbit hole.
Please clarify,
You can
man.
make an issue. All right, here's the thing. The one thing I think is very odd is the whole thing about the ear. Is the fact that he claimed that his ear was not nicked off. Everybody was wearing the Band-Aids at the Republican convention, and then it was healed a few weeks later.
It's like you're friends with this comedian guy.
No, I'm not.
I mean, because this guy's
saying.
Looking for 603? That's you? Okay. Overcooked. All right, let me get her a call. Constance.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. Eight 60598 4166.
Thank you for calling the Technician Help Hotline. Our calls may be monitored or recorded for quality or training purposes.
Please listen closely as our menu options have changed. For dispatch, press 1. If you are a new Pulse Tech...
Thank you for calling Pulse Home Services. This is Adrian. How can I help?
Adrian, this is Doug with Pulse. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing great. How about you?
All right. I just got a text from job number 1907168. Customer
Okay,
says...
let me check it.
Oh, yeah. You can see it.
What's the text that you received?
I just got a text from them. At first they confirmed, and then after that they text back again. Can you see that? You there?
Oh, we cannot actually see the customer's text
I'll
message
read it.
here.
I'll read it to you. We just got interrupted.
Okay.
At first, I text them last night, and they said, okay, we'll see you tomorrow. And I just got in my car, and it said, would you please cancel the appointment for this afternoon? The refrigerator is working. And then I text them back to call you.
Oh, okay. So thank you for informing us, Douglas. We'll go ahead and cancel this appointment then.
Thank you.
So that it will be removed from your schedule, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, no worries. Anything else, Douglas?
No. Have a good day.
Okay, have a good day. Bye for now.
Yeah. Refrigerator's next.
Let me go. You should have seen how he did me, and I'm pregnant.
Police rushed to Kohl's after a woman was seen walking out with nearly $2,750 in cosmetics, but she did everything she could to make the arrest difficult.
Hey, hon, can you come here for a second? There may be some confusion and some issues inside.
What happened?
Do you have anything in your bag you should not
No. I just returned some stuff.
Okay, can you step over here with us?
Why?
Here,
let me go over here. Cause I'm finna let you see.
Well, we're not gonna get in the car.
I'm not getting in the car. I'm gonna let you see that there's nothing in there.
In your bag?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not getting in the car.
I'm not getting in.
You're not getting
I'm
in
not.
the car.
Quit fighting me. Let me
I'm
show
not
you.
fighting you.
Okay, I'm finna show you. I'm finna show you what's in my bag.
Right now.
Okay, can I show you? Yes or no? Okay, Stads. Let me show you. I'm finna sit the bag down and show you. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going in there.
Stop.
Why are you trying to detain me?
Just
And
stop.
I'm not. There's nothing in my bag.
Why are you putting up a fight?
Stop. Stop. Okay, let's go. What is he trying to do? I'm not doing that.
Put him behind your back.
I'm not. Why are you putting me in my pocket? I'm done. I don't care what
If you didn't do anything, then why are you?
Yes, tell them. Yes, no, for sure. I came in. No, I'm not going. I'm going back to the store. So I'm just leaving them lying in the bed.
You are resisting. Stop.
No, you can't. Tell him to let me go. I'm not resisting. So put me in handcuffs. Why are you trying to take my bag?
I'm trying to take your bag off so we can put your handcuffs.
No, why am I going in handcuffs? No, I don't. Let me go. You're doing too much right now. I said you can look at my bag.
Okay,
There's nothing in here from your store.
We're trying to be nice. I don't want to
bag. Right, so let me go.
Put your
Let me
hands
go.
behind your back. Hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. We're trying to do it civil, and you're not.
Y'all, look at, is there anything in my bag? I'm not doing nothing. I'm not going to go. Yes, no, I'm going to cooperate. Can I please turn around?
No.
Oh my God.
You're going to be put in handcuffs. No. No, it isn't.
Dad, wouldn't let me talk like y'all do anybody else. Why are you resisting? I'm not. You are. I'm not.
This is resisting.
Dad, no, I'm not.
This is resisting,
No,
ma'am.
I'm not.
Ma'am, this is resisting.
No, I'm not. Look, I just want my wrist.
I'm trying to get you control.
No, I'm not.
I'm trying to get you control,
No, I'm
hon.
not.
Yes.
Ain't shit in my bag. Nothing. That belongs to your store. You said, is there anything in your bag? Everything I have, I came in with.
Jeez, you made that harder than the
Man, no, I don't.
Yes, you did.
Because I wouldn't have did this if I was white. What are you talking about?
It has nothing to do with
come
color.
on. Well, come show me. Let me go.
You have a receipt for the stuff?
No, and I came in to do my return. The black girl at the thing. Can y'all go in there?
We will.
Well,
We're trying to figure this out, and you're fighting us.
No, you're not.
That's our protocol.
No, you're not.
That's our protocol.
No, it's not. They called y'all here because I was black.
No, that's nothing.
So why are you taking my bag? Look how you doing me.
Have a seat.
That's my stuff I came in with.
Okay, have a seat.
That's the end. She said
Have a seat.
Okay, y'all do. I'm not sitting down.
You have to.
I don't have to.
It's part of resistance.
No, it's not. I'm not under arrest.
Yes, you are. Now you are. You are now under arrest.
Why?
You're under arrest when you start resisting.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you are.
Against the law.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Y'all didn't even Mirandarize me.
We don't have to.
Yes, you do. Right, so you need to. You're putting me in back in the car. No, take me in the store then.
No.
So I can go face to face with whatever they called you for.
Well, have a seat.
No, yes, it do.
Have a seat.
They saying that I put shit in my bag. That's what you said, right? This is on camera.
Yes.
Then you said it.
Have a seat.
And I told you I came in
Have
here
a
with
seat.
it, right?
Ma'am, we haven't even
On
talked to
camera.
anybody inside yet. All
Right,
we
so
know
what
is-
are you talking about to them?
Just cooperate.
No, I am.
Have a
Take
seat.
me back in
You
the
are
store.
not. No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Ma'am, you know my name, but I don't even know your
Yes,
name.
my name is. That's my last name.
I don't know you, ma'am.
Can you take me back in there?
Once we get done with it,
Okay,
let's take you
then.
back
What
in
are you
there.
gonna take me back in there for?
Give us a few minutes. Have a seat.
Right, can you take me back?
Have a seat.
You keep saying Skaggs.
listen,
No,
listen.
I'm not listening. Because he sat here and
Did you have
slammed
a
me.
seat? I did not
And
say
then
that.
I'm telling him I'm pregnant. Look how you doing me.
What? Arresting you?
No, and I'm pregnant.
Okay, you're the one that was resisting, not us.
When?
You weren't. Oh, my
man.
gosh.
When did I? No, I didn't. I said I'll cooperate with you. Yes, I did. Y'all 2 against 1. Come on, the police do this shit all the time. And I said, what's the problem? And I said, yeah, I'll show you. I'll come right to my car. He said, you're not getting in the car. I'm not trying to.
You absolutely
No,
did.
I did not.
You absolutely
Are
did.
you kidding me?
Sit.
In the back seat.
Have a seat.
In the back seat.
Have a seat.
From the back seat.
Have a seat.
And they recording it right now. I hope it is recorded.
It's all recorded.
Right. So give me a sergeant out here.
We will.
Now, like now.
Have a seat
No, I
first.
don't, because that's my bag. And you saying, let me search your bag. I came in with that bag. I went to the damn customer service desk, right? And then I asked the girl in fucking Sephora, so what the belongs to them in that bag?
If this was not that big of a deal, why are you putting up such a fight?
Because I'm trying to figure out why did they
Why are
even
you
call
putting
you?
up such a fight?
Because I have my rights too.
You're right. And
What's my right?
You lost your right when you said
No, I
resist.
didn't. I
You
didn't.
lost your
No,
right when
I
you tried
did
to get
not.
in the car.
I did not
You lost
resist.
that right.
I did
Have a
not
seat.
get in the car. You let me walk to my car and said, I'll show you. You said, okay. That's what you said on camera. Why you got your jacket covering it up?
It's not covered up.
Okay.
Mine's not covered I tell you what, we're
Can I
gonna.
get a sergeant?
Yeah, they're coming. They're coming.
No, they're right there.
No, that's not the sergeant.
No, who is it then?
This other
Can y'all please take over? I know y'all all work together, but my rights have been violated. I came in with that bag, and he gonna tell me that they called you. Yes, please, Smith. I don't want it. I want to talk to you. Please, can you? I am. Can you tell him to let me go? You should have seen how he did me, and I'm pregnant. Look at him grabbing me. Get off of me.
He's going to take you and we're going to put you in the car, okay? Come on.
Man.
You got to relax a little bit, okay?
Yes, he's crazy. Smith, look. Look how he got my stuff. No, Smith, what is the procedure?
You have to, but you're going to get our car and we'll talk about it.
Okay, but what did they call y'all for one person, and I'm a black female?
Come on, let's go.
Right. You can.
Okay,
That's what Thank you.
I talked to you first.
No, you didn't talk to me first. You took all my stuff. Damn. That don't make no sense. You took all my stuff. Okay, can I wait?
No, you gotta get in the car.
Can I? No, I need to get you something.
No, you're gonna get in our car.
Why do I gotta get in the car? It's cost okay.
You got anything on you? Any
No,
weapons,
no,
nothing,
I
knives,
don't.
Nothing? I'll pat you down the hurt.
Yes.
I'll let you have your phone.
Thank you, Smith. But my question is, what is the problem? Can you explain it to me? Right, and they talking about you got some of our stuff. Why would they lie and say I got it when I came in with everything I came in with? Me? My first name is what? Why?
Why?
No, why? I need my first name.
That's why. Please get.
Huh?
Please get.
13 or 14.
I'm asking a question. No, I'm asking a question.
Stand out here and pull.
Okay, I know. That's fine. That's why I want to know. Can you take me in there? They have a room that you can detain in.
No, that's why we have a car here for you.
Right, then why am I being detained?
You gonna get in the car or not?
No, Smith, I'm gonna stand on here.
Wagon for you.
What's the wagon for?
Because you're not listening.
Yes, I am, Smith. No, I'm not.
Have a seat in the car.
Can I please? No, I'm pregnant. He already just slammed me and did all this shit.
I didn't slam it, but
no, he did. But can you call?
If you're pregnant, then do your baby right. And have
Right?
a seat
Can you
in the
call
car.
for a medical assistance?
Yeah.
Are you a sergeant?
Okay.
Have a seat in the car.
Are you? Can you get one?
Yeah, one's coming. Sit in the car.
Oh, that's you. I'm thinking you a different one with that hat on.
Have a seat in the car.
Can I get a sergeant?
Yeah, you'll get a sergeant.
How long?
I don't know. Sit in the car, please.
Why do I have to sit in the car if I'm not going nowhere? Why can't I go in the store?
Right now, you're obviously being detained. You're in handcuffs.
Why? Right? Because guess what?
I don't care if you want to stay out here in the cold.
Yes,
I
I do.
Really care.
But I'm trying to figure out why
But you're
am I...
talking about how you're pregnant and my
Yes,
poor
I
baby, but
am.
you're standing out
I'm
here
not
in the
saying
cold.
it, but look at y'all. It's 4 men against 1 woman. And I'm trying to figure out what went in my bag that y'all claim that went in my bag.
Well, I didn't claim anything in your bag.
Yes, he did. When he came up on the scene, he said, oh, ma'am, just tell us, do you have anything that belongs to that store? Everything I have there, I came in with.
Just sit in the car. Sit in the car.
Then I came in to do a return. So why do I have anything in their bag?
If you sit in the car,
Right. So who called the police and said that I had something in my bag?
I'm guessing the store did.
Right, why? Because I'm African American?
No, we don't play that game.
Let's not go there.
Man, I'm the only... I'm the only one that came out that store that's getting the police called on.
The only one stealing.
Have a seat.
What's going on?
Have a seat. Have a seat.
Your stuff, and then I have the rest of the stuff that belongs to the store.
That does not belong to the store. Want me to prove it? No, it's not. Are you kidding me right now? Because I can prove. Okay, if you give me a point to prove to you that I'm not lying. No, can you give me a proof?
Would you like for me to put this in your car?
No, can you give me a point to prove to you, yes or no?
Nope.
Just yes or no, it's not. What's on camera?
All of it.
Me putting stuff in my bag?
You walked out the store without paying for it.
No, I didn't. Oh my God. Are you kidding me right now?
Have a seat in the car.
That was my shit. Can you please give me a chance to prove this?
Well, you will if you sit in the car, but you don't want to do that.
Where's the camera at?
Inside the store.
Where?
Okay, we know you're playing games.
I'm not. Do you want to?
You asked what the deal was.
Can you walk to? Do you want to walk me to my car right now?
Get to your car and try to get you in.
Man, I'm trying to tell y'all they sitting here lying. He look how he looking. Nova, I'm not right now.
I don't think they're lying.
Yes, they are. How did they? If I had, he took my whole bag, right?
You know what? You know what? Keep yelling. Just keep yelling.
No,
everybody sees you yelling.
No, he took my whole bag. How the did I not come in there with that stuff in my bag?
Keep yelling out here. Keep yelling.
He full of shit. That's why he taking that stuff to my car. He talking about it was on camera. Camera where?
Don't they have
cameras everywhere. When I came in there, I did a return.
Keep yelling.
And I did a no, I'm not. No, I'm not. He got my stuff. He got my stuff.
Well, you know what? You're going to go to jail.
Why?
He just told you. You asked. He told you.
Oh my God. No, that's why you know he's
out here and yell and scream.
Yes, he's lying. Nova, if you go back in that store and ask her,
well, you're not going to go back in the store.
Oh my God. So what is he finna do?
Arrest you. He just told you.
For what?
You don't want to hear it.
Why is he sitting there right now?
Because you won't get in your damn car here.
Here comes another police officer too.
Get in the car. Everybody can watch you yell and scream and throw a fit.
Yes, they are going to watch me yell and scream and throw a fit.
I don't care.
Me either. And I'm finna say, is Sergeant coming?
Yep.
Is that him?
You can yell and scream at him too.
Okay,
I don't
good.
care.
I'm not finna yell and scream. I'm finna tell him because you knew on the scene.
I am.
No, I'm talking about you just came. They are so full of shit right now.
I was trying to treat you decently.
I know you are. I'm not.
That's how you're acting.
If you're this car and y'all take me to jail, then what?
No, I don't want to hear it.
I gotta prove my point.
I tried to be nice to you.
No, you're not. Y'all all work together. He came out here lying. He came out here lying, talking about I took something. I was literally in the store. Watch camera. No, because now it's on. Yes, and I was in there 2 minutes.
That's what cameras.
2 minutes and I stole some shit.
And your chance to prove it in court.
2 minutes and I stole some shit.
Well, I mean, it takes me 30
screaming out here. Everybody can keep
No, but I went in there literally to ask them, can they return some shit? So how did I steal something that quick?
You don't want to listen to anything we say, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yes, it do, because you saying that I gotta prove it in court.
You will not listen to anything we say.
You saying I gotta prove it in court. So then now it's on my record. And now I already got to come back and forth to Peoria for what is this going to be? A retail? Now I got to come back and forth to Peoria for a retail, and then what?
Not my problem.
I know you don't care. That's how y'all be. But then y'all talking about y'all doing all this good.
They're not living?
No, I don't live here. That's why I came and I returned my damn thing that I bought for Christmas when we was here at Christmas time. She just bought the damn thing January 1st. The black girl is at the customer service desk. I asked her, can I return it? She said no. I walked through the store, and I was looking at other stuff. What did I steal in that amount of time?
I don't know. I didn't look at the cameras and I wasn't here.
Go look at the cameras. Ain't shit on that camera.
The guy that did look at the camera told you that.
Okay.
You just don't want to hear anything we have to say.
I know he's lying.
Doesn't matter.
I know he's lying.
Okay, I'm sure he's lying.
What, do you have family that lives here or what?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sure he's lying.
He is lying. He is lying. Okay, I'm done talking. Can you move my hair out of my mouth, please? Like, do that. Why he can't do it? I'm talking to him.
I know, and I'm telling him he's not.
Why? Because you trying to run him? You don't run him.
She claims she's pregnant. So what's going on?
Nothing. He bit my arm back. That's what's going on. I'm a female. Then he's cut. Yes, my arm feel like it's dislocated. My right arm.
Yeah, medical.
I don't know if you got to pop it back in or what.
You won't listen to any reason.
I am listening. Why would you tell him that he's let him have his own? No, let him have his own discretion at when he comes. You don't tell him that I don't listen. I might listen to him. Y'all came and he trying to do wrestling moves on a female. That's weird. Very weird. I'm waiting on the sergeant too. No, he told me that I can walk back to the car, right? So I'm walking back to the car. I'm walking back to the car. He takes and grabs my arm. I'm like, okay. He's like, do you have anything from this store that doesn't belong to you? I'm like, no. So as I'm walking to the car, he takes my arm, slams me, twists my arm all behind my back, talking about, now you're refusing. I never even once refused. If I'm getting to the back seat, how the am I gonna get into the front seat?
Okay. So why
I was walking. Because my arm is sore.
He just said that you're pregnant.
Yeah, no, I didn't say because I was pregnant, because he did. Are you a sergeant, sir? Can I speak to you, please?
Are you want to go to the hospital?
No, you stay
No,
right
I don't.
Here. You have to stay here. You're not going to walk around. You don't run the show.
I didn't say, Sergeant, can I talk to you, please? Man.
Since when did she
turn up that way? B19 for
First of all,
you need medical.
No, my arm is sore because I don't think I do, but my arm needs to be popped back in. No.
Thank you. All right, so what's going on?
Well, when I came out the store, I'm coming out the store and I'm walking casually. They sitting right there. I see them sitting right there. So I'm walking and I'm like, the officer calls me over. He said, hey, is there anything you have in the store that don't belong to you? No. I know Kohl's has cameras. I'm not dumb and oblivious to this. They playing me like I'm so dumb, Walden. And I'm like, no, I don't. So when I went in the store, I already had shit in that bag, and then including my pillow, that curling iron, and stuff that was already in the bag that was at the bottom of the bag. When I went into the store, they asked me, I had asked the black girl at the customer service desk, can I do a return? Because I had a curling iron set, which is that yellow thing that I wanted to return. She told me no. Hold on. I feel like I got a puke. So she tells me, no, it's at her discretion or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then she's like, do you got anything else? And I thought about it because I had some scents that I needed to return to, but I was like, never mind. Some scents. What's that? Like smell good. Yeah. So yes. And so I'm like, okay, where do you return it to? Because when it's told her that it's not in her system, I forgot because curling irons are probably usually do come from the Sephora store. I've been to the Sephora stores. My mom done ordered on the line from the Sephora store. I done been in Kohl's. Okay, we know they got thousands and gazillions of cameras. That would be overkill right now. That's not on my agenda to come in here and take shit. He like, oh, they're on camera. So I come outside. I'm like, okay, let's go and put my purse on the back of the car. I'm like, I'll open my bag and show you. He's like, no, you're not going to show me anything. I said, so if they are accusing me of taking something from the store, right? I'm not even 10 feet from out of the store, right? I'm like, okay, I'll show you. This man goes to taking my arm, twisting it behind my back, telling me, you're not going to get in that car and run. I'm not trying to run. It's all on body cam. If you watch it, when they watch it, it is, yes, please do. I'm begging you. So I'm like, I'm not trying to resist. So they trying to do it to where I got my purse thing on my arm. That's why my arm feel like it's dislocated. He takes the thing and rips it off my arm. Oh, let me look in here. I'm trying to show you already as it is. So then he like, well, we're going to go in there and watch it on the camera. That's fine. That's fine. And I told him, I'll stay out here. I'll go back in the store. Like you, if you want me to go in there, they got a room in there. I'm sure they got a side room or however they do it. I don't even know.
The investigation yet or not?
No, I don't even know what they did. He takes my bag.
So let's go and have a seat.
He takes my bag. But Walden, this is what I'm asking you. I'm asking you, what's finna go on?
Well, I don't know yet.
Because
I haven't looked at anything.
And this is
so I just
crazy that my son is at daycare. But anyways, he said he was going to go in there. I'm going to look on there. I'm going to look on camera. They said that you have some things. He said it out his mouth. He said, they said you have some things. I said, why? Because I'm the only black person in the store? But why did you call the police and I haven't even been in here? I can literally,
I don't know.
I've literally been in the store 5 minutes, 7 at the most. So how has it been 7 minutes that y'all figured that I got stuff in my bag?
Again, I wasn't here, so and the officers weren't here either. So they have to investigate it, right?
Well, there's nothing, and then the car that I had is still sitting at the damn door.
Well, let us investigate this.
Right. So why do I got to sit in the police car and wait?
Right now you're in custody.
Why?
You're in custody right now.
Why, Sergeant?
First off, they were conducting an investigation,
and I came willingly.
Sounds like to me you weren't.
No, Walden, why would I sit here? Look on their cameras right now if you can do it.
While I'm talking to you.
Right, but why would I do that? It's their word. It's two of them against me.
I'm gonna go look at the cameras.
And then what?
Well, we're gonna see.
Then if nothing was took, then what? It's not like y'all gonna apologize.
I've got to look at the cameras.
Because why did he take all my other stuff out the bag?
I've got to look at the cameras.
Why? I'm asking that though. Why is he taking all my other stuff? Why didn't all of the stuff get taken?
If you did take stuff from inside, that's a crime.
I did. Now I never took nothing.
What's your first name?
Me?
Your name?
It doesn't even matter, Walden.
My name is.
I know it is, but I don't. Why does it even matter?
Whatever.
Can I talk to you in private?
Walk away. Sure.
The woman was arrested and charged with retail theft and resisting arrest.